Alright guys, welcome back to another Diablo 4 video. It's been a while, but in this video I'm gonna show you guys my Barbarian Whirlwind build. Alright, I know it's late game now, I'm level 93. I think as a late game Barbarian player, there are just not many Barbarian players that stick with Whirlwind, but here I am right now. I'm still trying to figure out a way to make Whirlwind work. You know, Whirlwind in like super late game, it's not good. It doesn't have the greatest damage in the game. There are so many classes that can do more damage compared to a Whirlwind Barbarian, right? That's the current state of Barbarian. A lot of people just go with Hammer of the Ancient, right? Super strong build. Maybe I'm gonna try that out later. But right now I think I have a very good build I want to share with you guys that is still using Whirlwind, but with DIABLO, alright? So it's gonna be a really fun video. Let's get right into it. The reason that Whirlwind is not that strong in late game is that it only has damage for the first couple seconds. You know, that's the main issue. And the damage per ticking is like maximum like 300,000 per tick. While Hammer of Ancient, you can do like 10 million damage with one click. That's the main difference. That's why Whirlwind it doesn't do enough damage in late game. The reason being is there is a node here where you damage an enemy first 3 seconds is gonna make the enemy vulnerable, right? But after 3 seconds, you just have no damage, right? With a Whirlwind build, Hammer of Ancient build can pretty much finish a mob in 3 seconds, but Whirlwind build cannot. That's why I'm using DIABLO to make up that missing damage. DIABLO does a lot of damage, but based on my testing, it's still not Hammer of Ancient level. It's a little bit weird because technically it should do more damage than Hammer of Ancient, right? It has more damage on the skill description, but I just don't know how Hammer of Ancient was able to scale up to like 50 million damage. It just doesn't make sense in my understanding. The maximum damage I can do with DIABLO is like 2.5 million. That's the maximum I can do. So this skill can make up the missing damage from the Whirlwind build. Alright, it's gonna make damage more consistent. I'm gonna show you guys. Let's just first go through the gear, right? Let's go through the gear. Attack power is really low, but this thing is completely irrelevant. Just don't worry about this. It doesn't mean anything. Right? The thing you can take a look is armor and life. These are directly show how much your character can survive. This is very important late game. All right, and for the helm, I'm using the extra armor, the legendary power, and this one is the unique item. You just need this late game. Doesn't matter which build you are going after. You just need this cooldown reduction chest piece. And for the gloves, I'm using the Whirlwind glove. There's no other choice if you are playing Whirlwind Barbarian. And for the paints, I'm using the barrier because I don't have the unique item. I know a lot of other content creators are saying that the unique pants that also gives you barrier is better, but I don't have that, so this is the one I'm going after. And then the boots, the legendary power I'm using is the weapon mastery skill have an additional charge. I was originally gonna go with the Whirlwind periodically pulling the enemy, but I found that item is super inconsistent. Sometimes you use Whirlwind for 10 seconds and it still does not pull in the enemy. So I'm gonna use this one. Your weapon mastery skill have additional charge. This is insane pairing with DIABLO, because DIABLO, you kill an enemy, the cooldown is reset, right? What this does is even if you only have 1 charge left, you kill an enemy, it's gonna give you 2 charges back. So that's why this legendary power is really good. And for the weapon, this is something I'm still testing. I'm using the DIABLO. This is the mace, two-handed mace, DIABLO. DIABLO creates a shockwave, deal 26% damage to the enemies. This effect is great, but the secondary stats that this mace has, is not good. Alright, it doesn't have anything I need pretty much, because as a barbarian you need crit damage, vulnerable damage, strength. It doesn't have any of that. The only thing I'm getting is this special power. So I think it's perfectly fine if you don't use this, right? And then this weapon I'm using, the Berserking, gives you extra damage, and this one I'm using getting extra damage when you have barrier. And this one, of course, you're gonna use Whirlwind, right? So this is the Whirlwind legendary power you cannot miss. You have to use this one. And then for the neck, I'm using this this thing here. After spending 100 Fury, your next weapon mastery skill deals 150% increased damage. This is great. Alright, so after 100 Fury I spend, it's gonna make this it's gonna increase its damage a lot, basically, from the death blow. And then the 2 rings for legendary power, there are no other choice. You're gonna go with Shout generate extra fury and Shout's cooldown reduction. There are just no other choice. Alright, so that's basically it. As for the Paragon tree, I basically copy and paste it from other content creators. So no need to look at these from my video, just to be honest. As for the skill tree, I'm going with Whirlwind, right? And for these 2 Shouts skill, I only invested 3 points, right? I have to max out my death blow here. Look at this death blow. 12 out of 5. It deals a lot of damage. A lot of levels are from my gear. So the reason I decided to give this build a try is because I got a lot of gear that gives me extra level of death blow or extra level of weapon mastery skill, something like that. That's why I gave this build a try. I'm gonna show you guys how this build performs. Alright, and one thing I think is quite important is this one here. This is a mastery that nobody uses, right? It's called Exposed Vulnerability. Dealing direct damage with a weapon mastery skill causes your next core skill to make enemy vulnerable for 3 seconds. So this is actually gonna help you a lot. This is gonna help you a lot, especially in a Whirlwind build where you are not able to finish the enemy within the first 3 seconds, right? So what you're gonna do is you channel Whirlwind for 3 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds, then you use Death Blow, and all the enemies gonna be vulnerable again for 3 seconds. Alright, I think this mastery is very useful in this build. So I'm gonna show you guys some. Let's just do a quick dungeon. Show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's pick the most popular dungeon nowadays, and then I'll show you guys some nightmare dungeon clip to see how this build does. Alright, it's gonna be a fun video. Let's go into it. As for the skill choice, like, you can only go with Death Blow, I would say, after level 80. Because after level 80 or something, you are not going to like worry about Fury generation. Before level 80, I think Fury generation is still an issue. You're still gonna go with a basic skill, right? Like a lunging strike or something. After level 80, I think Fury generation is not going to be an issue, right? But the problem of Whirlwind Barbarian is it's still not the best choice if you want to push high level or Nightmare Key. It's still not the best choice. It still lacks damage and survivability. So I'm gonna Whirlwind, then I'm gonna do this. Look at this. Reset cooldown. Reset cooldown. I'm gonna charge it for like 2 seconds. Reset cooldown. Look at that. Okay. 2 charges are refund if I'm able to kill an enemy. Alright. Look at this. Look at this. I need the vulnerability and the crit to show the damage potential of this build. Alright, did not crit. Alright, let's see. Come on, crit. Did it crit? Okay. Let's keep it going. This is just a normal dungeon, so it's pretty easy. So this build requires some skill because you're not just like constantly channeling Whirlwind, you know. You have to use other skill. Look at this, close to 2 million damage here. Okay. Look at this. And you actually have to watch the direction of the death blow. Look at this. Okay. Yeah, actually I'm thinking to give death blow a try with Hammer of Ancient. I think that's gonna be super interesting. Alright, let's see. Look at this, one-shotting this. Okay, let's keep it going.
I'm not ready yet.
You have to use Death Blow first. Alright, look at this. Here we are. Look at all these mobs. You don't even have to use Whirlwind, as long as there are enough mobs. Okay, and this unique item special effect is gonna reduce my cooldown. And I'm Whirlwind. Look at this, one shot. Okay, let me loot all these. Because I'm out of gold. I'm rerolling my gear and I'm out of gold right now. There should be another pack that looks like this. Like this shockwave is from the unique weapon. If you don't use that weapon, you will not have like this type of special effect. Look at this. You still deal a lot of damage from Whirlwind itself. But Death Blow is just gonna make up a lot of single target damage. Okay, so let me show you guys what it looks like if you're not using a legendary weapon. Right, I have two builds here. I was testing this build a lot even without the unique weapon, I mean. So Death Blow is a very small like effect skill. Look at this. That's the Death Blow. It looks very small. You don't use the unique weapon. Alright, so yeah, that's the run. Usually for Ironhold, I just clear this area and leave the dungeon. So I think as a Whirlwind Barbarian, you can get away with this unique item, right? Because it doesn't do insane amount of damage anyways. It doesn't do insane amount of bursting damage. But with if I'm going to use Death Blow with Hammer of Ancient, I think I cannot use this unique weapon. I need burst damage, and this weapon's secondary stats are completely garbage. That's the unfortunate thing. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna show you guys some clip of Nightmare Dungeon run with this build. Let me know what you guys think. And like I said, I'm gonna try Hammer of Ancient with my build here, and I'll let you guys know how it goes, how it turns out. All right. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in a video soon. Bye.